I expect this to be a pretty good scoring match, and as I mentioned earlier, I think George Branham should bowl very well. He goes the straightest of all the players that have made the telecast, and he'll be in less trouble, I think.
Doug Kent certainly seems very relaxed and loose for a 24-year-old.
He does, and he's very impressive. He's as you mentioned, not only so relaxed and loose, but he seems to be very confident. George Branham has done quite well on television over the years. He's bowled 12 times, and he's won 8 of those 12 matches. So I expect him to do all right.
A little nervous on that first shot. Kind of just dumped it out on the lane. Leaves the 3-6-10. Hasn't been the easiest spare all day with all that oil in the center of the lane. Scott Alexander last time missed it. Does George throw straight at his spares, or does he hook it?
He throws it straight, Mike, and he'll go cross lane at this, I'm fairly sure. And what he's done all week, anyway, from watching him, is go fairly straight with the ball and line it at the 3 pin.
On the outside? Ooh, just the way he played it, huh? And there's Jacqueline, his wife, a very pretty young lady. And we'll take a look at the form of George, I think.
Yeah, here's a good look at George Branham III. A little nervous on this first shot. You'll see, as Mike mentioned, the ball came off his hand quite early. Normally, George gets the ball well out in front. That one's almost on the lane before he had a chance to even give it a good jerk. That's a little better shot there.
Well, you always feel good as he strikes there when you make 2 bad shots in a frame and come out with a mark.
That's right. You have to be very fortunate to do that. And I don't think he wants to make very many mistakes in this match. This is for all the marbles, and Doug Kent is definitely bowling well, and he's bowling very confidently.
And he finished that last game with 6 in a row and starts this game with a strike. He says a few more and I'll have an Andy Verapampa. To the edge. And again, the 3-6-10 on the right lane.
And it's very obvious that if you get the ball wide on the lane, there's so much more friction out toward the channel that the ball is going to grip the lane and hook early, and that's the problem. Here's a good look at it. You see the ball going right over the second arrow out to about the 4 board. Look at the friction. The ball comes back very sharply through the middle of the head pin. Again, that tough spare that we've talked about. I don't think anyone wants to shoot something like this under these circumstances.
And again, it looks like he's going to hook it at it.
And he definitely is hooking it at it. And he made it.
Interesting, you know, kind of Mark Roth kind of set the standard for spare shooting on the right side. I think maybe you did on the left, but Mark just threw those hard, straight bullets at most of his spares.
And that's really, I guess, the way that it should be done, Mike. I feel that if you try to hook the ball into your spares, you're just, more things can go wrong, let's put it that way, than if you throw the ball fairly straight. You don't necessarily have to throw it hard, but the ball will only go in the direction it's rotating, and if it's rotating end over end, it's going to go straight.
Back in the 1-3. Now, we were watching George as he warmed up here in practice, and when there was no pressure, he seemed to have a very good reaction on lane 24.
You know, the first frame on this lane, as you mentioned, he set it very short. Let's see if he gets it out in front of him as he did on lane 23 and gets that good reaction again. Got to keep those feet slow, get the ball out front, like that.
Ooh, almost the A-pin. You know, a lot of people have won the ABC Masters tournament over the year. You've won it twice, and we have a young man working in the truck out there, Frank Ellenberg, who won it a few years ago.
Guess who he beat?
Did he beat you?
Yes, he did.
Oh. What year was that?
I'm trying to forget. No, Frank bowled very well. He had to beat me twice, and those days we had 4-game matches, and he did it. And congratulations to Frank. But this is what we're here for right here. George Branham III, a chance to win a major bowling title.
Aye. On the Brooklyn, leaves the 6-pin. He says, all right, safe. Make the mistake, get 9 in a spare, and I'll sit down and watch Doug.
He's been fortunate so far. He's had a difficult spare, and he missed it almost and still made it. This one got away from him. The ball went high, and if he'd been really lucky, he would have carried this on the crossover, Mike, but
hey, I always ran those out. I mean, I know you never went Brooklyn, but I ran those out.
And good cover on the spare. And an opportunity for Doug Kent to take the lead. With strike in the 4th frame.
Seems like with Doug, it's just a matter of execution, that he knows that if he throws the ball right, that he's going to have the reaction that he wants.
As long as he doesn't get it out too near the channel, too early. If it gets there too soon, it hooks early, it goes through the middle of the head pin.
Boy, he's got a nice carry, doesn't he?
He does. The ball seems to keep the pins very low, and when the pins stay low, they intermix quite well, and that's when you carry the corners. The carry here has been so good, as we talked about earlier. The 10 pin has just been falling down so well, and that's why the scores are so high. Again, that's a product of the hard finishing back ends, plus the very tight pin decks and kickbacks. And as a bowling proprietor, that's what we try to get. We want that kind of a ball reaction. We want that kind of pin deck set, so our bowlers will carry that 10 pin well. 1 pin lead.
Now it's 11. Great shot there. Doug's wife Tracy, looking on, is expecting. I hope she's not expecting too soon. Yeah. She looks a little uptight right now.
Yeah.
Oh, the 7 and the 10 say we're going to take our time, but we fell.
Well, that's just a good heavy roll, carried those 2 pins. If the ball wasn't rolling that very well, very strong when it hit the pins, he would not have carried. The 5 pin just get enough of the 7 to take it out, and obviously there's a 6 pin that jumped on top of the 10.
A little tomahawk action there.
A little tomahawk action. It's a big ball right here, early in the match, but it's still a big ball for George Branham. In order to stay close to Doug Kent, he has to get something going. Excellent shot.
We've got a match in hand. 1 pin to difference as we head to the top of the 6th frame. Actually, the bottom. Doug Kent on lane 24, leading by 1. Well, with the spare, it's an even match, huh?
And you can almost see, if you were, instead of watching the ball, watching the bowler, the expression on his face when he released that ball, he felt he was going to leave a 10 pin. He got the ball way down the lane, pinned in behind the head pin, and he was just hoping he'd get a little lucky love tap off the wall on that 10, but it didn't happen.
Could you feel that as the ball came off your hand, that you knew that it just wasn't quite that perfect release and it could leave something?
Oh, I'm sure anybody that bowled for a living for any number of years could feel that when they weren't doing something quite right. And Doug knew he'd made mistakes. Spares are there's that straight ball I was talking about that he does so well. Why he didn't use that in that 3-10 split he had earlier in the other match, I won't ever know. Here's a good look at that reach. Now watch what he does with his hand. He'll almost throw his thumb off to the right-hand side of the ball.
Almost like a full roller, huh?
Almost like a reverse hook. You can see that. And the ball that we're talking about, you can't miss a spare if you throw it straight at it, and that's what he did.
Even match. 4 frames to go.
Advantage Branham being on a strike in the 6th.
Right back in there.
Excellent shot. Still anybody's match, and it's really been well played by both players. George Branham III actually has made the only 2 big mistakes when he had 2 balls that went high on him, high on the head pin. But he seems to be lined up now.
Get a little room. Just kind of slipped off his hand, it looked like a little bit there.
It looks like he's not trying to turn the ball. He's just trying to get it into a heavy forward roll to keep it on line. And that one there, he just got it out a little bit wide, and without any side turn, it couldn't hook back. It just rolled end over end and stayed there.
Makes for a tight match, though. Makes the spare. 1 pin's the difference. Lost that one a little bit, too.
I think that's intentional, though, Mike. I think he's actually trying to do that. He's trying to get the ball on the lane early without any lift on it so it won't overhook on the back end. I think he's trying to take that sharp break that the pin decks, the dry back ends create. He's trying to get that out of play. He's trying to, with his release, try to get the ball into a forward roll so it stays on line longer and use a lot of ball speed. And he's not hitting up, but just letting it kind of fall off his hand.
Larry Lobb used to do that years ago.
He did it very well.
Ooh, the light action. One-pin match.
Takes a lot of talent to change your release like that, especially under this kind of pressure, and make it work for you. Watch how quick it gets off his hand. It's a good look at George Branham, and he won't lift it hard. Just lets it come off his hand in the forward roll. You see the ball rotating end over end, and that's exactly what he's trying to do, and it's working very well.
Where Doug Kent gets the ball well out of the lane.
Just the opposite. Hits it hard, gets it 5 or 6 feet out in the lane in the air.
And strikes perfectly. Increases that lead to 11.
I'm very impressed with his ability to bowl under this kind of pressure. For the amount of money they're playing for, it's phenomenal. That plus the opportunity to be the American Bowling Congress Masters champion, which is a major title.
Ironically, though, if he doesn't
he's bowling
strike...
like he's practicing.
Yeah, he is. If he doesn't strike on this ball, though, Branham could shut him out.
Well, don't be surprised if both players strike out. I wouldn't be. More trouble. See how early he got that ball out to the edge of the lane. I'm sure we get another look at that one. That ball, again, he got it out to about the 5 or 6 board, but sooner. It didn't go far enough down the lane before it got there. And you'll see that. And watch, this ball gets at about 35-foot mark. It's clear out around the 5 board. And that's the problem. When it gets there, it creates too much friction too soon, and it breaks too sharply on the back.
Tough spare. Got to make this, too.
Especially in this situation. 9th frame. Great shot.
Well, he leads by 8. But Branham, the hammer is in his hand.
The tournament is in George Branham III's hand right now. All he has to do is throw 3 in a row, and it's over, Mike. Nothing to it, right?
Nothing to it, yeah. Boy, he threw that well.
Oh, what a break. My, what a break. That could be the championship break right there. Now he has to come back and collect himself. Take his time. There's no rush to make the next shot. And here's a replay of that one. Watch the head pin. Go to the wall. Kick out. The 5 pin actually came back into...
That was the 5 that got the 2 there.
Yeah, it was. Amazing. I thought it was the 4 pin. It was the 5 pin.
Never know what these pins are going to do nowadays, do you?
No. Now he has to collect his thoughts, settle himself down, and make a great shot here. This is for the championship. If he strikes here, he'll only need 9 spare to win.
Oh, did he throw that one? Well, he took advantage of that break he had in the 9th frame. That puts him in the 230 bracket as his wife Jacqueline looks on with dollar bills and joy in her eyes.
Now, this is a courageous young man right here. Now he's taking the time to find out exactly what the score is. He wants to know what he needs.
He wants a re-rack is what he wants, I think. Oh, no, he doesn't. He wants the score. He doesn't know the count.
He wants to make sure of the count. And if he gets 9 on this ball and a spare, he's a winner, or obviously a strike. 8 spare, and we can have a tie. Do it well.
Ooh,
8 spare is a tie.
Spare. Hey, we've got a... And the way Doug Kent finished off that last game.
I'll tell you what. He hasn't made this spare yet. Spares are not easy. We know that. If he gets careless here, he could throw away the championship. He must pick this up and let Doug Kent worry about getting 3 strikes.
That's hard for the wives sitting there watching.
Great shot there. All right, good score. 236, an outstanding effort by George Branham III. But it's all on Doug Kent's shoulders. He needs 3 strikes to tie. 3 strikes to tie.
So what's his mindset? Just one at a time?
One at a time. It has to be. I can't speak for him, but I feel that in this situation, you must do it one ball at a time.
Give it room. Here it comes. Oh! He had 2 pins going at that 10.
What a great shot. What a great rotation and hard hitting on the back end. Keep an eye on the head pin. Watch the head pin. Goes to the wall, comes all the way across the lane, kicks out the 10. Unbelievable. There's a good look at it. Watch the head pin.
I think the head pin got it before the 6 did. Yeah, the head pin did get it. Not too much of a reaction. He knows he needs 2 more.
Can you imagine how George Branham's heart must be beating right now? He can't do anything about it but watch. Like you and I.
Perfect. I'll tell you what, this young man, win or lose, is impressive. They both are.
They both are.
230 to 230, a strike, and we will have a tie in a 2-frame roll-off immediately. It'll be a 9th and 10th frame type action. What's your prediction? Will he strike?
I think he'll strike.
Let's see.
The only thing that would keep him from striking is if he gets it out to the edge of the lane too soon. Again, and that's been his only mistakes. If he does that, the ball will go high.
There. Oh, perfect.
What a great finish. What a great finish by a great player under pressure.
I mean, that's for over $20,000 difference, but it's not over yet. That just gets him extra innings. Eddie Bauer is looking over it. He's the tournament director. I don't know what the questions are here.
Well, he's going to get the scoreboard set. We have these giant scoreboards here that they use during match play and, of course, all through the American Bowling Congress Championships. He's getting the scoreboard set to show the 9th and 10th frame. So that this huge crowd that's here watching, as you've heard them in the background, can get an idea by looking at that, how the players are scoring.
And they started using these computerized scoreboards way back in 1979. Updated it as technology has improved throughout the years, every year. Clear it off there. And they've got it ready to go just like that. Very impressive. I think they have it ready to go.
It'll start scoring in the 9th frame now, just as though that was the beginning of the game.
They should have been prepared for this possibility, I would think. And Eddie says, go ahead, George. It's all yours.
All right, now, Mike, you've explained the 9th and 10th. It's very easy to understand. George will bowl the 9th frame. Then Doug Kent will bowl the 9th and 10th.
Looks good. Who's the advantage with here? Anybody?
The advantage is with Doug Kent. He just finished with 3 in a row on this lane. He feels very confident, and he performed well under pressure. George Branham feels like he's trying to hold on to what he's already won. Doug Kent feels he's got a chance to take it all. The advantage Doug Kent, psychologically. The worst shot he's made in at least the last 6 or 7, Mike. He got over the top of that one. You could see it kind of hung on his thumb, it looked like a little bit.
Only the 4-pin, though.
Only the 4-pin. Still anybody's match. The maximum score you can get in this situation is 60. That's throwing 4 strikes in a row. Right now, George Branham has that opportunity. Doug Kent can only get 50. Spare here, 3 strikes in the 10th for 50.
Straight at the spare. No trouble. Counts is very important. I would think a strike on this first ball is just imperative.
It is. If he doesn't strike here, the chances are very good he's going to lose. A strike here would give him a minimum of probably 40 for the 2 frames, which would make George Branham have to strike on his first ball to win. A lot of things can happen in this situation. Lots of pressure. Let's watch.
A lot of room. Oh, they come back pretty.
Great shot. He got the ball well down the lane before it got out to the edge, and that's the key. If he gets it there early, it'll hook high. If he gets it well down the lane, it'll be in the pocket.
Well, you were involved in one of these roll-off matches just a few weeks ago against Darrell Curtis on the senior tour.
We don't want to talk about it. All right. He got the big shot. Now this one, every time he strikes now, George Branham has to strike.
Oh, and it carried. One more for 50. That would make Branham get 2 in the 10th.
It's just amazing that these players can perform this well in this situation. And you can see how nervous he is. Look what he's doing with his towel, and he's still capable of getting up there and taking a 16-pound ball and hitting something on the lane that's probably his target is probably 15 to 18 feet down the lane. He hit it every time at the precise angle and precise rotation to get the ball to do the same thing every time. It's amazing.
That's what people used to say about you.
This is a key shot. This is a fill ball for a total score of 50.
For 50. There'll be no tie. We will have a winner.
We will have a winner. Unless George Branham gets the next 2 and throws it in the channel.
Well, I didn't think of that possibility.
That's a possibility. On this lane condition, that's a possibility. The players are playing that near the channel, so anything can still happen.
Pressure all on Branham.
Very quickly up on the approach and ready to go. Gotta hurry.
And doesn't kick the 2-pin forward. It's over. Doug Kent has won the 1991 ABC Bud Light Masters Championship. His first major victory, well earned.
I don't think he believes it yet. He was still sitting there when it was over, and he has shown no expression at all. I don't think he believes he's a winner. He's looking around. He looks at his wife.